Red-Eyes Dark Dragoon, our most powerful boss monster, was made available in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel towards the end of 2024. With it now being available in the TCG, OCG and Master Duel, this will leave people wondering, is it time for Dragoon to come to Duel Links? Welcome along fellow Dark Magician enthusiasts to another video. In today's video I'm going to answer that very question and explain my stance on it. So is it Dragoon's time in Duel Links? With the cards Dark Magician currently has at its disposal in Duel Links, I honestly do not think that it is time for Dragoon to appear yet. As much as I love Dark Magician and love Dragoon as well, there are other more pressing issues Dark Magician currently has in Duel Links that need to be dealt with first before we can even consider bringing Dragoon into the game. Right now, Dark Magician suffers from a few problems, which we'll go over one by one. The first problem, which happens to be the biggest of them all, is consistency. As of currently, getting your combo started requires you to have Dark Magician in your hand, which means you need to run many other cards just to try getting access to DM, such as Summoner's Art, Apprentice Illusion Magician, and Dark Magical Circle. If you don't have DM in your hand, or another way to get to DM, except for Dark Magical Circle, activating it and not seeing DM in the top 3 cards of the deck can end the duel on the spot, especially given the fact that many decks have the ability to end the duel in a single turn. Adding a brand new boss monster doesn't fix consistency problems. Rather, it only serves to change the deck's focus, and the deck will still have its consistency issues that it had previously. Another problem DM suffers from is a lack of recovery. DM tends to use a lot of cards to establish a good field, which usually means we'll have little to no cards left in our hand. If the opponent is able to successfully break your field and you've got nothing left, relying on a single top deck is very risky. Sometimes it can be very rewarding, but there will be many times where you end up drawing into a card that doesn't do anything for you and only gives your opponent more time to finish you off. DM also has one other problem that it suffers from. It's very easy to interrupt. If you're going second and your opponent has a well-established field, sometimes it can be very difficult to play through. If your opponent is able to interrupt you at critical moments at any point during the duel, it can be hard to recover from and get yourself back into a good position. If you're going first and don't put up a lot of interruptions for your opponent to play through, a well-prepared deck can break your field with just a single card and leave you wide open. So what fixes these problems? Or at least makes these problems a lot more bearable? Newer support cards, of course! I have talked about this before in one of my earlier videos, which mainly focused on fixing our skills and adding both Illusion of Chaos and Master of Chaos to the game. There's many other cards that we could get though. Soul Servant makes Dark Magical Circle a lot more reliable since you'll be able to stack DM on top of the deck with the additional bonus of being able to banish Soul Servant and draw a number of cards based on how many differently named DM, DMG, and Palladium monsters are on the field or in either player's graveyard. Magician's Salvation would allow us to increase our access to Eternal Soul and can even help with summoning extra monsters to the field to grant us either more damage during our turn, more defenses during the opponent's turn, or more monsters for further combat potential. Magic Kariba would give us a lot more survivability and even allow us to use it as Interruption in combination with other cards at our disposal if our opponent happens to deal us damage, but not enough to cause us to lose. Magician's Souls would provide us with the ability to send up to 2 spells or traps from our hand or field to the graveyard in order to draw cards up to the numbers sent. This effect alone would become very strong in being able to unclog our field, provide us draw power, and utilize other spells and traps that may be in our hand all at the same time. And Bond between teacher and student would give us yet another way to search Dark Magic Attack, or even Dark Burning Attack, and finally give that spell some good use. DM may need more power in its current state in Duel Links, but a new powerful boss monster doesn't solve its existing problems. Rather, it only serves to change the deck's end goal and still retains all of the issues it previously had. With more consistency and tools at our disposal, we may not even need Dragoon in the years to come. What do you guys think though? What would you like to see added to Duel Links for DM? Let me know in the comments below and I'd like to see what your thoughts are on this matter. With that being said, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you all next time.